This video is going to focus on building an assignment inside of Canvas. Now to get started, you can always build an assignment by going to the Assignments tab here in the left-hand side. However, for me personally, I like to build my assignments inside of the Modules tab. This helps in two ways. First and foremost, when you build an assignment, you already have it organized in a space that students will find it. Additionally, you can kind of see the flow of your course by building it inside of the modules and set pacing, as well as other items, just by being inside of the Modules tab. So to get started, we're going to click on Modules, and it's going to pull me up into my Modules space. I'm going to start by building a module, labeling it what I think is appropriate. And now that I've built my module here, I'm going to build an assignment inside of it. To do so, I'm going to click on the plus sign here on the right-hand side. Make sure in the drop-down box Assignments is selected. And then if you've created assignments before, you should see pages in this location where you can simply highlight and add to your module. Or in this case, we're going to be building a new assignment. So I'm going to highlight New Assignment and title it. I'm going to hit Add Item to put that inside of my module. And now I'm going to go inside and edit the assignment itself. Click on the assignment name. And then in the top right, we're going to click the Edit pencil. So to go through the assignment section here, first and foremost, you'll notice at the top we have a rich content editor like you might have seen in many other pages. This is the location where you'll put in the instructions for your students about the assignment. So there's lots of great tools up here, and if you haven't done so yet, check out another video where I go in depth about how to use these tools and what's a good way to add them. Next up, we got points here, so you can adjust your points. And you can also go into this section here, which is Assignment Group. By default, it's going to give you assignments, but you're also welcome to add a new assignment group to better organize your assignment building. Next up, we're going to go to Display. You can see here we have Display Grade. Not only can you change it from points to other items, but complete and incomplete is a great way to set this up, especially for the situation we're in right now. Next up, we're going to look at submission type, and this is probably the most complicated selection in the assignment section. So if you click on this drop-down box, you can see we have online, on paper, and external tool. Online is going to give you several different options. You can do a file upload and specify the types. You can also include media recordings, and if a student has like a website to a Google site, you can select that there as well. Now, it might be confusing because this is not the only online submission type. You can choose online from this dropdown, or you can go to the external tool, which is also a very powerful way for students to turn in assignments. So if you click on an external tool and click Find, you'll notice a dialog box will appear with all the different external tools that are linked into Canvas. This is a great space to jump in and kind of check it out and ask any of your OIDCs about what best practices for using these tools and if there's anything in here that'll help you. Last but not least, we're going to look at Assign To. You can see here at the bottom, by default, it's set to everyone. You can also type in specific student names and periods in this section to assign it to those specific things. Up next, we have a due date and the dates that the assignment can be available to and from. Last but not least, you can also add additional sections here if you find that your original assignment creation dates don't best reflect student requirements or anyone else in the class who might need an extension. Last but not least, we're going to go ahead and hit Save. You can also hit Save and Publish. However, Save and Publish will publish the assignment live. So if a student were working in modules and accidentally jumped into your assignment section up here, they would see all of the live published pages that you had selected. So unless this assignment is ready for students to work in, and you want them to start working in it, I would simply click Save for now. Notice when I click Save, it prompted me two issues. Number one, these selections didn't have anything included, so I'm just going to close that box there to get rid of that dialog box. And because I didn't select an external tool, I'm just going to simply select Online Submission and Get Text so we can get out of this section. I'm going to hit Save now. And you can see I've created my assignment. Now if I go back into modules, you can see I've created an assignment in this section underneath my module. Now before we leave, there's two things you have to do in order for a student to be able to work in this assignment. You'll need to make sure the module is published, and as well as the assignment. You can see here on the right-hand side, when I clicked the module publish, it also published the assignment. If there's different assignments inside of a module that you don't want students to see right away, you can always unpublish that specific assignment and it'll still leave the entire module published. Last but not least, in the top right, if you go to your home screen and you haven't yet published your course, make sure this little button right here says green published, and that will allow your students to get into your course. I hope this video helps create an assignment, and I'll see you in the next one.